Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Vinyl Addict, and today we're going front to back, track by track with Ozzy versus Dio. Their debut albums, Blizzard of Oz and Holy Diver. Okay, so each album has 9 tracks, and let's get into round 1 with I Don't Know versus Stand Up and Shout. Now I have to pick between these two. They're both great opening tracks for an album. The Ozzy track kind of starts with a kind of ominous keyboard fading in, mysterious sound, whereas the Dio track just goes straight in with a riff. And but I'm gonna go with I Don't Know, because it's just one of those songs that's just like when I first heard it. It was the return of Ozzy, and he had this new sound and everything. It was just the guitar playing was amazing, and of course the lead solo. Now, so that one goes to Ozzy, round 1. Now round 2, we got Crazy Train and Holy Diver, the album title for Dio's album, and the title track. For this one, I'm going again with Ozzy on round 2 for Crazy Train. The album just kept on going, the momentum. Whereas Holy Diver kind of like it kind of reversed. He went and did the keyboard fade in, kind of mysterious thing, and then into the song. I mean, I love both songs, but going with Crazy Train on this one. So round 2, Ozzy again. Now round 3 is Ozzy's Goodbye to Romance and Gypsy. Goodbye to Romance is a slower kind of melancholy type reflection song, which Ozzy gets pretty kind of opens himself up there, and whereas Gypsy is just a straight up rocker again. Much like the first song, Stand Up and Shout. But I'm going with round 3. I'm going again with Ozzy. This was a side of Ozzy that we didn't really see at this time until this point in his career, and it was really good to hear him. Just these lyrics were really beautiful. Just kind of letting go of everything that was keeping him down, and just kind of embracing what the future would be. So I'm going with Ozzy again. So that's 3 rounds. Ozzy, Dio, 0. Now, on our 4th round, we got, on Ozzy's album, we have D. And for Dio, it's Caught in the Middle. Now, D is just like a little one, I think less than 1 minute, a guitar piece by Randy Rhoads. I believe it's about Dolores, his mother. He kind of just wrote this beautiful little guitar piece. And Caught in the Middle is just full on a band rocking out riff from Vivian Campbell, and I'm going with the rock song, the hard rock song, the driving rock song. So Dio gets round 4 for this album, Holy Diver. And which brings us to 5, and both songs on the Dio album and on the Ozzy album are the last song on the album. And so Dio's is Don't Talk to Strangers, and Ozzy's is Suicide Solution. And for this round, it was like Suicide Solution is awesome. It's a great hard rocking song, but I like how Dio near the end of this side slowed it down and had this intro which transcends to a rocker, but it's still that first half of the song is kind of took the listener to end that side, really. It was very majestic, whereas the Suicide Solution song was sort of just like it faded out, and track listings for me is kind of like kind of important, and I felt like perhaps D, the little guitar piece, should have been last, for that side before flipping it over. So again, this is round 5 goes to Dio. Now, that's this, of course. And so he's coming back, he's getting in the ring, and he's just like, at first Ozzy was kicking ass, but, Holy Diver is making his way. So go to side 2, and there's Stand Up and no, it's Straight Through the Heart, and from Dio versus Mr. Crowley. And Mr. Crowley begins with this keyboard intro, which is very reminiscent to like Black Sabbath's Technical Ecstasy period. It sounded like Rick Wakeman, and it was just it wasn't one of my favorite ways to start off as another side. I like the way how Straight Through the Heart just kind of just kicks in with the drum fill and just like bam, and Vinny Appice's drumming on that song, Straight Through the Heart, is badass. So that round goes to Dio, Holy Diver. And so next round, Invisible versus No Bone Movies. Again, I'm going with Dio for this one. No Bone Movies, it just seems like it sounded like some track that it was like filler. It was just like, okay. The album is starting to get kind of disjointed on Ozzy's side, and so that round goes to Dio. And round 8, here we go. Rainbow in the Dark, Dio versus Revelation, Mother Earth. That goes to Ronnie again. It's just that keyboard, that hook, and it's just like you can't forget it, so back to Dio again. And so, which brings us to the last round, and that's Shame on the Night by Dio versus Steal Away the Night. And I think the album closer for Dio was just perfect. It had this really kind of eerie, spooky guitar intro, which is revisited in the middle of the song, and it comes in. It's very kind of Sabbathy, actually, whereas the Ozzy song just sounds like it didn't seem like it wrapped up this whole album. It just seemed incomplete, and well, let's just throw that in there. Whereas Dio's from beginning to the end, from even the end of side 1 with Don't Talk to Strangers, was strategically placed there. It was great. It's perfect. It was a perfect side. And then side 2, again, it just comes in punching, and then the end with Shame on the Night. So it's Dio. So a total of 3 rounds go to Ozzy. I mean, he went in, with I Don't Know, which I loved, and Crazy Train and Goodbye to Romance. But after that, I mean, I felt like Dio was dominating the track, the rounds, and not to say that Dio's album opener and Holy Diver, the title track, they're not strong songs, but I mean, just pitted against those Ozzy tracks, it seems like, Ozzy, of course, with I Don't Know and Crazy Train, they're iconic, and so, but this is the one that I felt like was a much more stronger LP, And if you had to put on like which album cover was better, this one, of course. It's with the Murray mascot, and then in the back, you know. So that's front to back, track by track, Dio, TKO, Ozzy Osbourne, Blizzard of Oz. And so that's the video for today, and I'll see you guys next video. And you know, what did you comment on what you think was better? Did you like Ozzy's album better or Dio's debut album better? And hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys again. See ya.